Yo, yo, what up, it's JSF, and I want to talk about something that I haven't really heard nobody talk about. Well, I guess it might just be a personal thing, like a personal issue I have with this game, but it's something that I notice sometimes. It's something that I really was noticing today. Like today, I was playing Invasions I just want to unlock all the skins, right? I don't like Invasions, I think it's very whack, but I do want to unlock as many skins as possible, whatever gear and shit I can find. So I was playing through Invasions mode, and then as I was playing through it, I 100%ed it, right? Like I beat all the stages, got all the chests and all that. So all there's left to do in Invasions mode is just like kind of level grind, at least for me, right? So I was like, all right, I looked up how what's the best way to do it. Then I started doing level grinding, and then I was just looking at it. I was like, damn, man, this is taking forever. And then I was just thinking about the game as a whole, and I was like, damn, you know what? This game is slow as shit. Like Mortal Kombat 1 is a very slow game. And I mean that in a lot of ways, not just one way. And I know I'm personally coming off playing Street Fighter 6 a ton. Like I played that game a lot. I was a pretty high level player in that game. I was really good at that game. I put a lot of hours into it. Um so going from that to this game is pretty jarring. 100% it's pretty jarring, like for sure. But just this game in general, even compared to past NRS games, is really fucking slow. Like every step of the game is slow. Like the more I think about it, like sure there's the level mastery thing, right? Like I said, I'm trying to level up Scorpion. That's the character I've been playing. I would like to unlock all his skins, but I got to get him to level 35, right? So that's gonna take a while. The grinding to do that seems like it'll take hours, which is crazy. Just hours of sitting there pub stomping, just going to an easy node and just beating three level one characters repeatedly, right? That would take a while. That's slow as shit. But the game itself, the load times are longer. I think it has more loading time than MK11 does. I think it takes longer to start up. I think it takes longer to load in between stages, in between matches, in between, sometimes you're just running through invasions and you're just going from one node to the next, and the game literally pauses for a second and needs to like re-download shit, and that's a problem, right? Even to the point where if you go online and play, right, sometimes you find matches in ranked pretty quickly, sometimes you don't. But the rank sets take fucking forever, right? Like it's first to three online and ranked, which I think nobody is happy with. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I understand why they did that. I don't hate them for trying it, but it's just not the right idea. No other fighting game I think does first to three and ranked, and there's a reason for it. The other thing is like the matches themselves take a long time. I know the damage in this game is pretty high for a lot of characters, and because of that, people naturally assume, oh, like tone the damage down, tone the damage down. But for me, I'm like, no. Keep the damage high. Make it so every character can do fucking 50%. Let tournaments be first to three, and yeah, like keep it that way. Um, because the way it is now, some characters do high damage, some characters don't. But the pace of the game is so slow that a lot of matches end in timeouts or close to timeouts. Like I've seen more timeouts in this game than I did for like maybe the first year of MK11 or year of Street Fighter 6 hasn't been out for a year, but the 3-4 months, the 4 months that it's been out, I've already seen a ton of timeouts. I get a ton of timeouts in this game. Granted, my playstyle isn't the most rush down, aggressive, hurry up and get the match over style. But I do get a lot of timeouts, and this game is super slow. I mean, I know early on when we first played it, we all felt like the game was slow, and people were like, speed it up, you know what I mean? Add dash blocking, dash canceling, etc. And they did add, they walk speed was always fine in this game. Walk speed's pretty good, and I'm not mad at them wanting walk speed to be king to a degree, but in Mortal Kombat, it just don't work that way, bro. It just doesn't work like Street Fighter does. Like, it's just not, because you need to block so often in this game. Not even when you're next to your opponent's character, they can hit you from half screen. And I'm not just talking about with a fireball you can see coming. There are a lot of moves that just at a moment's notice you need to be blocking. So you can't just, it's not a back to block game, so you can't just walk back and be blocking. So like something like wave dashing, like dash blocking, is really good for Mortal Kombat. Like MK9 style dash blocking or MK11 style. When I say MK11 style, I mean with the characters that can move quickly. The characters like Spawn, the characters like Fujin was a little too far, but the characters like Rambo, Melina, the Combat Pack 2 characters, like they had really good like rain, had really good wave dashing, really good movement. You can get across the screen pretty well. You could like it just the speed of the game was a little faster. You could shimmy with those characters, and this game is kind of hard to shimmy. It's definitely possible. I've done it. It's definitely possible. But it really depends on your character. It really depends on the situation and who your opponent is. Some characters like Sub-Zero has a down one that goes half fucking screen, right? Scorpion's down three goes super far. So like sometimes it's like, and you can't, there's no backdash and forward dash, backdash movement that gets you out of that range in that time frame. It just doesn't exist. Like the characters are all slower when it comes to dashing than in MK11, and that's another thing that makes the game slow. But it's just a lot of like slowness. Like just running through invasions is slow as hell. Like people joke about it, like yo, it takes you a year to get from one spot to another spot. There's no fast travel in invasions, right? You gotta like if you want to go from one end of the stage to the other end, you gotta you gotta fast travel to the shop or something. And it's just like every single thing. The more I think about it, the more I look at it, like. Is slow as hell. Like, why is this game so slow? And then the other thing is, like, playing through invasions or whatever, it's set up to slow you down even more, to make you grind the game out more, right? To get more hours in the game. Like, all the matches in invasions have, like, the opponents have super armor all the time. And then the invasions bosses, there's, like, three different, like, rounds where you fight them. And then they get even more armor. And, like, it's just... That's cool for the boss fights, for the invasions bosses. I'm not mad at that. But for like regular invasions fights, like why does it take me like 2 minutes to fight a character when I'm super over leveled, super overpowered? I can't just go in there and just finish him, right? And then why is it so slow not to mention these goddamn secret fights. Oh my god. Sometimes I fight the secret fights, but once I realize you can skip them, I skip them most of the time because I try to fight them, and then the secret fight has super armor, right? And then if you even win a secret fight, you get a talisman, a useless fucking talisman. And the thing about the talismans is, I don't care, like, oh, you get a talisman, okay, cool, that's fine, I won't use it, right? Well, you have a limited inventory of talismans you can carry. So after a while of not using talismans, if you just keep playing through invasions, beating random invasions nodes and doing secret fights, you get filled up with too many talismans. And you know what happens when you get too many talismans? When you get too many, the game pauses you. Once again, an already slow mode in a slow game will then pause you and make you discard a talisman. And then if you just discard one, it'll happen again the next time you get one. You'll have to go to the shop and sell all your talismans. And if you keep playing invasions, like the shitty part is if you're in the middle of a certain section and you're trying to clear out that section, well, now you gotta go to the shop and then run back to that section, and that's gonna take you 20 more minutes. And it's just like, oh my god, it's like an endless loop of just shit taking forever. Like to grow 2 levels with Scorpion, I think that I was playing for like an hour and a half. Like, I wasn't grinding the whole time. Like, I was just playing through invasions at first, and then I went to, like, the grind spot. But I think I played for an hour. Nah, not an hour and a half. It was about an hour. I played for 45 minutes to an hour, and I think I grew 2 levels with Scorpion, maybe 3. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And it's like, when I play ranked, you don't even grow. Like, I don't understand. Like, when I play ranked, my character mastery barely goes up, right? Like, if you're super low level, like level 0, level 1, yeah, winning a online match, you should fly. But once you get past, like, level 10, that shit slows down drastically. Like, I think I'm still master rank or whatever in Combat League. I'm, like, maybe 2 games away from Grandmaster, and it's like, I've been playing, and it's like my character's still like level 12. Like, it's kind of crazy, and it's just like everything in this game is designed to slow you down or be slow, or it just wasn't optimized, right? Like we've all said, this game is rushed. 100% this game is rushed. I knew it was rushed when I looked at Twitter, and I don't look at Twitter very often, but sometimes I think it's important to look at Twitter. But when I knew this game was rushed, it's like Ed Boon is like, he's like trying to hype the game up. He's like, oh, we're only at the beginning with Mortal Kombat 1. We look forward to sharing what's next. We got a long list of fighters, cameos. It's like saying, oh, we got more coming, guys. Don't worry. Like, kind of trying to pacify us trying to say, hey, we're not done supporting this game. You know, more is on the way. More is on the way. And there's like that's not a bad thing to say, right? You want your audience to be excited for the future of the game, but sometimes it's just like, what are you really trying to say? Like, they finally addressed some of the bugs and shit like that, but I think they knew that when this game was releasing that it would be in a questionable state. I think they were excited about some of the stuff like the gameplay, like we all are, but I really think that they knew this game was releasing in a state where people were gonna have some negative feedback about it. So they, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of that. And like, you have to test these games out. You got to play these games. There's no way they didn't know Invasions was like this super grind heavy. Like, there's no way they didn't know. But I'm getting sidetracked. So anyway, I just want to say this game is. I hope this changes. We're getting a patch, I believe, tomorrow. I don't think the patch is gonna address this at all or fix this at all. And this is a problem, sadly, that'll probably persist throughout the entire game's life, which sucks. I really hope it doesn't, but my gut tells me this will never change, and that this game is just gonna be slow forever, which sucks because it's hard, especially for me, to grind out a really, really slow game, to just like spend, 8 hours playing and then have only played 50 matches or something like that, or 50 ranked sets or something. Like something silly, some goofy ass shit like that, and I think that's what's gonna happen. But let me know what you guys think. Am I overthinking this? Am I tweaking? Am I right? Am I wrong? I just really, really noticed this today. I grew 3 levels with Scorpion playing Invasions for about 50 minutes. Like, I think that's really slow progression. Like, I don't know, man. Between the loading times, between online, between everything. Don't even get me started on online. That's a video in itself. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time, but I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all stay safe. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.